So, lads, today we are going to be talking about the Aces fans, and to be expected again, the Aces fans did what they did. And again, look, this is I mean this when I say this. This is a small percentage. This is a small percentage of Aces fans. This is not all Aces fans. This is not all Aces fans by any means. There should not be an investigation into this. But the WNBA have set a precedent. The WNBA have now set a precedent. So, if you guys don't know what the Las Vegas Aces did, the Las Vegas Aces had a cam where it was like lost fans, where people got booed, like where basically, I don't even know exactly what it was, but everyone who came up on it got booed. I don't know exactly what lost fan means. Maybe it's a fan of the other team wearing the other jersey, but everyone who came up onto it got booed. They put Dearica Hamby's kid on the camera. It's not enough that Dearica Hamby gets booed because she was discriminated against, well, allegedly discriminated against because she was pregnant. Enough evidence is there so that the league actually have already punished. They've already punished the Aces for it. It's just, they've been punished by the league. Have not been punished in the legal system for it yet. But I saw this thing on Threads. They put her on the lost fan cam. And at least people here realized who it was. I'm at the game. Not y'all booing the baby. It seems like most people didn't catch on. When I saw who it was, I told people around me to stop, gonna mess around and get us in trouble. And it's like, at least these people are like, okay, yeah, this isn't a good look. But still, the organization, whoever the MC is, put her kid on a camera to get booed. And you've now got Dearica Hamby tweeting out, "No space for hate, huh? Y'all are effing weird." And obviously this is in, by the way, if you want to see like the most unhinged people on earth, look at WNBA Threads. Like, if you think Twitter is bad, Threads is like significantly worse for these unhinged people. It's more unhinged. But all I gotta say is, lads, like, this tweet, she took down the tweet. She posted the tweet and within a few minutes took it down. So obviously someone told her, take it down. So players and stuff, you're allowed to lie. You're allowed to lie about things. Like, by the way, you know the great Cheryl Swoops? Cheryl Swoops is currently interacting positively with somebody who in the last week has called Caitlin Clark a corn lady, who refers to Caitlin Clark purely as a corn lady. And it doesn't really matter. But again, Cheryl Swoops is Cheryl Swoops. She's already lost her job. So you can't say free speech is free speech, is protection from the law. So you can't go any further when it comes to Cheryl Swoops. But like, you have now got like a situation where it's not only where Dearica Hamby gets booed for getting traded because she had a kid. The kid's getting booed as well now. The kid is getting booed as well. Like, it is ridiculous. They just booed a kid. And like, that's the funny thing is that these people that are like completely fine with all this, they're completely fine. These Aces fans that are willing to call kids, every name under the sun. These Aces fans that are willing to call kids every name under the sun. They are willing to call Fever fans every name under the sun. The kids there willing to use one of the assistant coaches' kids as a prop to put down Caitlin Clark. Ironically, some of them are the same people booing kids. And it's like, it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And look, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I am going to give the benefit of the doubt to some of those fans. I'll give the benefit that they didn't know what they were doing. I will give the benefit of the doubt. But this is literally like, you're now looking at Aces fans basically saying, we all know Dearica Hamby dislikes the Aces, so why bring your kids to the arena? You have an active lawsuit against the organization. You think they're not going to play in your face and your kids? Like, no. Like, I think it's okay to expect people to be decent people. And then the fact is, she had to take down that tweet straight away. But journalists are allowed to keep articles up where they straight up lied, about the organization. They're allowed to keep their media credentials when they spoke about the organization like it was fact. When they spoke about it like it was fact. It is like, I don't know. And it's just an all-around bad situation. It is a real bad situation for the WNBA. It's a real bad situation for the Aces. Because unfortunately, the WNBA have set the precedent. They have to do something about this. Or look like hypocrites. To be fair, like, they have looked like hypocrites all the time. They've looked like hypocrites all the time for the last 2 years. And I actually don't think, and I mean this, I don't think that this should be an investigation. I think that this was just a MC doing something stupid. I don't think it's enough for the MC to lose their job over either. I think it's enough for the MC to get a talking to and being warned, don't do this again. And you don't make a whole fan base villains based on the actions of a few that knew what they were doing. However, even if they didn't know the context, they still booed a kid. The fans still booed a kid. And also, let's be completely honest here. If this happened in a Fever game, if the Fever fans booed the child of another player, the Indiana Fever would never be allowed to have fans at a game again. That is a fact. Well, not a fact. That is very likely. The Fever would be probably told, you know what, you're not getting fans again. You're not allowed to have fans again. You'll be allowed to have something through Zoom. You know there'll be an investigation opened. And the thing is that this is not a dolphin noise. This very clearly happened. And I don't think anything can come from an investigation because, I'm sorry, you can't investigate a team you can't investigate a team for a few fans doing something dumb. You can't really investigate a team for an MC. However, we got to be honest here and say it. If this was the Fever, people would be demanding Caitlin Clark gets kicked out of the league. If this was the Fever and Caitlin Clark was the main player instead of Angel Wilson, people would demand that Caitlin Clark gets kicked out of the league. They would. But it's never the same for Angel Wilson because not only are a lot of the fans hypocrites, and the league are hypocrites.